We're learning more about the boyfriend of the late Kayla Mueller. He's identified as 33-year-old Omar Al-Khani, a photographer and activist from Syria. These images are from the British news site The Daily Mail. According to the article, Kayla and Omar were together since 2012, and they were abducted together. Al-Khani says he was released after 2 months and unsuccessfully attempted to get Kayla freed. With more now on questions about whether the U.S. should have done more to liberate Kayla, I'm with Professor Daniel Rothenberg, co-director of the ASU Center on the Future of War. Thanks for joining me, Professor. Let me start with, is it possible that Kayla's boyfriend, in claiming to be the husband of Kayla, is it possible that was the best chance for her to be released?
Well, we don't really know. We know that they were a serious couple, and we know that they were abducted at the same time and that he was freed and she remained in the custody of ISIS.
A report from the Daily Beast suggests that the U.S. government had intelligence on the whereabouts of Mueller, also James Foley and another hostage, but didn't act perhaps in a timely way because U.S. officials did not fully trust British intel.
Well, it's a little bit difficult for us to know right now with the information that's come out whether the U.S. was overly cautious. I think it's reasonable that we try to learn as much as possible about the intelligence that was available, but let's also be clear that this intelligence has all sorts of uncertainties associated with whether there's enough knowledge to actually act. Look how complex and difficult it was to find out the whereabouts of Osama bin Laden. It turned out to be successful, but at the time there were many there in the Situation Room who argued against that raid, which we now all celebrate.
Because you're so familiar with that region, what do you think is most important for people to take away from Kayla Mueller's story and what she was trying to do there?
So she had enormous courage in going into Aleppo and in working with Syrian refugees in Turkey. Right now, Syria is, many people believe, the worst humanitarian crisis since the Rwandan genocide. Kayla's sacrifices here draw our attention to what the Syrians are going through now.
Professor Daniel Rothenberg, we appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
And in that Daily Beast report, National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes pushed back against the suggestion the U.S. hadn't done enough to win the release of American captives, saying, quote, "I can assure you that we have done everything we can possibly do to find out where our hostages are."